What's up, guys? Bondfire here, and welcome to 3-Bar Exploits number 46. I am joined, as always, by the lovely Whackmed19 and the new guy on the set, Archaic1. Hello, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good.
What's up?
Doing good. And we have a special guest today as well from Strictly Business Gaming, one of the co-owners, and that is Friggy, aka Jay, right?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We appreciate you coming on the show. First, we'd like to thank Strictly Business Gaming for all the support they've given us, help making the show possible. So be sure to follow them at Twitter, or on Twitter, at sbusinessgaming.com. All of that is just terrible. Let's try that again. So follow them at Twitter, at sbusinessgaming, and then check out their website, strictlybusinessgaming.com. They're doing a lot of work preparing for, I believe, Anaheim and X Games, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure we'll dive into that. So, great show, good topics, so let's go. So, Strictly Business Gaming. Well, first of all, Friggy, tell us a little bit about who you are, and just for people who don't know and should know.
Well, my name is Jay. I'm one of the owners of Strictly Business Gaming. And what else? What do we got here? Let me see. What do we need to know here?
Strictly Business has,
like every one of you guys. What's that?
Yeah, Strictly Business has several owners or high-level contributors, and you each play a different role. What do you do with the organization there?
Well, I'm the guy that gets most of. I actually am the one that deals with 100% of the team. I'm the one that looks for sponsors. I'm the one that gets everything, pretty much that part of it, that whole aspect of it, just put together. I pretty much do everything, anything with the team, like literally everything. What else? That's pretty much it. I'm the one guy that's the general. Obviously, I'm the general manager of the team, so I pretty much do the bulk of the. Okay, what's the best way of saying it here?
Pushing the team
I pretty much deal with everything and anything with the team, literally, and just find sponsors. That's pretty much it. I mean, sounds like a little bit, but it's a lot of work. I can say that.
I'm sure it is.
It sounds like a lot of work, and he's also the one that should be congratulated in not only coming up with, this is what I was telling him before the show, not only coming up with one awesome team, top 4 finish, but also coming up with a second awesome team, the one that is Strictly Business Gaming now, the competitive team now. So, man's got skills in acquiring people.
A lot of homework, man.
And sponsors. You guys got some really good sponsors under the belt, too.
A lot of homework and a lot of patience, man.
It's also because he does not sleep. Man's up all the time. Just got through with a. How long did you stream? You streamed for quite a while this morning.
I started at 7:30. I ended the stream at 12. So I've got a few hours in. I wanted to get some more hours in, but like I said, I started getting delusional. I forgot how to use my thumbs. I was getting shot in the back. I forgot how to turn around, shoot people. So.
Wait, you get shot in the back in Call of Duty like that?
Yeah.
What? No way.
Watching back at all, So, yeah, I started feeling delusional. So I mean, I knew at 12 o'clock that was my peak. Because I know I'm tired, but I started drinking this double shot of energy, which is actually helping me a lot here. So.
I've heard those things are good.
Should we jump over there real quick and come back? So
What's
I tried the cherry amp. Bonfire, you want me to jump over there real quick?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, and it made me happy.
I tried the cherry amp. Your description was accurate. It did taste like a Mountain Dew Code Red. It gave me energy. I actually noticed that it gave me energy. I got it and had it after breakfast. Well, some of them don't. They're like,
sure,
they have the amount of energy of a regular soda. They kicked it up like a few cups of coffee. It was a noticed. Hey, it's wake up time here. So I was pleased with the amp. I'd like to try a different flavor. Like I said, I'm just burned out on the Code Red flavor. It sure. Matched it, and it was good. Yeah. It wasn't displeasing, but
try the normal one, or I know there's a couple other colors that I haven't.
There's a purple one that's grape, and it's disgusting.
It sounds terrible.
Wow.
I know there's like a yellow one too, and I would assume that's lemonade, but I have no idea.
The Mountain Dew Kickstarters are pretty good though.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
pretty good.
Those
Yeah.
are those.
I
Are
actually like the
juicing.
cherry of
What
that
about,
one too.
what about the new Mountain Dew that everybody's drinking? Was it
Baja.
Blast? Whatever.
It's not really new. It's been
It's
at
true.
Taco Bell forever.
Well, I mean, listen, this is people drinking it now, talking about it now, so it's new. It's
Yeah.
new from what I.
It's they just started bottling it outside, like used to. Only Taco Bell could get in a bag in the box.
Well, you know, I am a Taco Bell idiot. I haven't had Taco Bell since I want to say like 14.
I wouldn't blame you with some of the
Yeah,
food that you posted
you're
on
probably-
Twitter. So
You're healthier for it.
I've seen some of that stuff, and I'd rather have that than Taco Bell.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Taco Bell, so.
What's coming up for Strictly Business Gaming for the competitive team? What y'all have? Is it Niagara? Or am I saying
Niagara's already passed.
Niagara's
Yeah, we already
passed?
passed.
There's another one.
We're actually on next week is the X Games. Our team is going to be going to the X Games, and then the week after that it's going to be MLG Anaheim.
Oh, okay.
There's
we got a
huge-
pretty hard start at the X Games.
Yeah, well, I mean it's the luck of the draw, man. We're
I
the
know.
last seeded team. Unfortunately we are in the hardest pool. I believe it's
complexity.
Evil Geniuses complex. Excuse me, it's not complex anymore. It's Evil Geniuses, Optic Nation or Optic Gaming.
I had it up. 1 second. Yeah, here
I
it
can't
is.
remember. I know Optic is in there, and I think
Y'all
TK?
have
TK?
EG, Optic Nation, or Optic Gaming, and Phase. No, TK and Optic Nation.
Yeah. So
And the other Group B's Optic Gaming, Phase Red, Envy, and Curse Orange.
yep.
It's a
So
rough. That's a rough way to go.
yeah. I mean, it's a pool play, I believe. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I could say that. I mean,
And for those of you who don't know who Evil Geniuses are, that's Aches, Crim6, TP, and Karma. Those are all fairly well-renowned players. I'm not a big fan of Karma individually, but Aches is a beast. He's a monster. He's good.
yeah. And, I'm actually, Pat's a really good friend of mine. I mean, he's a great kid. And
Yeah.
that is one person that can keep his mind. He gets so leveled, Like, I mean, if he gets demoralized, he finds a way to get undemoralized really quick and really fast. And that's the thing that a lot of players don't have. I feel like when you're in a match and you're playing with your team, and you're the one that's doing bad, you need to figure out a way how to do good, and that's what Eggs does good, and that's why he's been so successful in this, in Call of Duty so far, because he always finds a way to I mean, at regionals, I don't know if you guys saw regionals, but he did awful against our old team. I mean, I think he went like, I don't know, like not, I think he went like triple negative, and that's something you'll never see from Pat ever. And he's obviously he learned from it, because look how well they did at COD Champs, and then it was like, all right, I mean, yeah, he did bad, but I don't think that they took regionals as serious. Obviously they were going to go super hard for COD Champs, but I mean, the key with that, actually the thing that he has that players don't is that he's able to become that better of a player when he's demoralized, and figure out a way how to get undemoralized. So it's kind of nice to. He's just great overall, man.
How big does your mindset play into the competitive? Because a lot of stuff is rehearsed. Like your teams know on each map with each game type, opening routes. Just like any other sports team. If we get the football first, we're going to run these sets of plays. When the game breaks out, you run a set plan, or I would assume there's some kind of cohesive thought process to starting the game. How big is when that gets interrupted? How big is your brain get in the way for these guys at that level?
Well, so wait, what was the question again?
I don't know. I chopped it up.
Do you want me to try to reword that for you?
Yeah, reword that where it makes more sense, because now I'm confused myself.
Okay, so your teams go in with their set strats on what they want to get done and how they want to do it.
Uh-huh.
How big is it if those strats are interrupted by the other team?
How
does that affect them?
Yeah.
What do you mean by interrupted? Like if they know what we're up to?
Yeah.
Like how like what do we do? I mean,
how big does your player's individual mind, like if nothing's working right and you get demoralized, how big does that play into how they play the game?
It's like mental toughness.
Does mental toughness mean as much though?
One thing that we have is that veteran in Stainville. You know, Tosh, he's able to figure. You know, that's the beauty of having this kid on our roster, is that he's able to keep everyone calm because he's just a calm dude. I don't know if you've ever heard him like talk at all, or have ever had a conversation with the guy, but he's probably the most humble dude you'll ever have a conversation with. I mean, the guy literally, you can be like in a terrible mood, but he's the type of guy to say, chill. You know, I got this. We got this. Just relax. Yeah, hey, calm down. You know, like he's able to do that, and that's the thing that these kids need, is that, you know, Tosh, he's 24 years old, and you got an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and 17-year-olds, right? So,
no,
18, 17, and 24. Method is 16.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So 16. So you know you got that guy in Stainville where he's able to keep them, you know, calm. You know, and it's not like, you know, yeah, the bickering is nice because it kind of gets everything out and kind of makes you figure out what you guys need to do, because you're yelling at each other, and then eventually like, all right, you know, this is what we need to do, this is what needs to get done. But with Tosh, is that he's able to bring that to the table, man. He keeps everyone leveled. I mean, we literally have 2 players on our team that are like that. John is exactly like that too, man. He's like, all right, guys, let's figure it out. Let's focus. You know, you got Methods is the wild one that you have to have in your team. You know, he's just that he brings that energy, and I think that gives us that helps us out, man, in a way, because when I think with this team, you know, Spacely, he's very vocal. I don't know if you ever saw his stream, but he's very, very vocal with his call-outs. I mean, if our strats aren't working, these guys are able to figure out a way. You know, what frustrates them the most, I don't know if you've seen online, is that once they figure, if they're doing bad online, they know how to come back and do better on land, you know, and they're not gonna try to improve, because it's like, all right, well, I can't kill this kid, so it's gonna be impossible to try to just keep doing what I want to do. So let's just try other stuff that doesn't work, and they know it doesn't work, you know, because they know key points, they know where to position themselves, you know, as far as the map goes and how to rotate. But if they're on land, they do things differently, you know, by the book. And there's teams that pick up on that, and they able to change that up too. So, yeah, I think with this team, you know, with Tosh, he can help this team out with, as far as changing it up if we're ever getting killed with, you know, being demoralized.
So you wanna explain why Fizzerp is going to the
X Games.
I'm sorry, to go into the X Games with y'all, because I want to complain about that. Not about y'all, but about why you have to do that.
Methods, unfortunately, is not of age, and I don't know if you heard, but a lot of teams, like Curse Orange, you know, they needed a Curse Orange, yeah, Curse Orange needed a spot in the X Games, so they ended up picking up Saint, who had a lot of pro points to get them in there, you know, give them that advantage to get in there. So it's all based on pro points. For our case, we couldn't attend X Games because Methods is not of age, you know, and it's 18 and up or 17 and up.
17.
Not like chance, so it's 17 and up, and Methods is unfortunately 16 years old. So we needed a player, and we wanted to get to the X Games, so we did whatever we could. If wasn't going to do it, then we were going to pick up Saint. If Saint wasn't going to do it, we had other options. I can't remember who the other options was, but those two were our priority, because they're the ones with the most pro points.
How is Fizzer not on a team? Because Black Ops 2, he was a slayer. He was the go-to slayer.
Yeah.
He's a great all-around player, I guess, but I haven't watched as closely with Ghosts. So anyway, what I wanted to complain about, if you're in the industry, and including professional players, these guys are professional players, then there shouldn't be an age limit on that. There's no reason that a child can be, and I'm not referring to these players as children, but there's no reason a child can't be in a rated R movie. They will get paid to be an actor or actress in a rated R movie. But these guys can't play the game, and this has been a problem for a really long time. This isn't new or unique to this individual, X Games tournament. Optic had this problem years ago with Scumpy. It's always been a problem. And then you have nationality lines where Rambo had issues because he lived out of the country or out of the United States. And there always seems to be some issues. And I think this goes way back to professional Call of Duty or professional gaming not having a set list of rules that you need to abide by, so that at least the playing field would be even, so that the team you can play with this week is the same team you can play with next week, and on and on and on, and you don't have issues with geographical lines or age issues or this tournament's rules versus that tournament's rules. This is kind of ridiculous. Is there anything on the horizon that's going to set one specific rule set in place? Can that ever happen?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they're working on as far as like a commissioner in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on trying to make it where it's gonna be easier for players, but there's always gonna be a rule that someone doesn't agree with, man. And obviously, the X Games, they wanted to do 17 and up, even though they got 14-year-old skaters.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know there's really
it's
of stuff.
It's you got young kids in that thing, but we can't really complain, as this is a stepping stone for MLG as far as getting into something as big as the X Games, and to even claim that you won a gold medal just being on the sticks and just winning in a video game. I mean, a lot of those athletes are probably just turning their heads like, get out of here, you shouldn't even be in my lounge, but
nice.
They're just, yeah, I mean, that's the truth, man. Those athletes are going to be furious. I mean they who knows, maybe I'm just saying it. Maybe they play Call of Duty, they're like, shoot, man, I don't want to skate anymore, I want to play some COD, but this is definitely a MLG's loving this, because they actually were trying to do this for a while. So the fact that they got in just to test it out, just to see that, maybe ESPN hopefully will eventually dip into it, but we'll see.
I was just thinking, when you talk about that 17 and up rule, I was thinking maybe it's a rule that was put in place for this particular event because it's going to be nationally broadcasted. It's the X Games. Was the fact that the game is rated M 17 and up. So that might have something to do with it, in terms of you wouldn't want to broadcast it, necessarily show a 15-year-old playing the game, even though we all know that happens consistently. But
you see, the problem
may not have something to do with it.
That goes back to a little kid being in a rated R movie, though. I mean, the movie's going to be rated R for a reason. When you make this movie, it's probably either going to be a PG-13 rated R movie. There may be stuff you have to cut out just so you can get it back to being a rated R movie because it goes beyond the line. There's children in that, and they're getting paid for it. They are professionals, so maybe their parents have to sign waivers and disclaimers, and there's a whole legal process. Pretty sure you could do that with these guys too. You have and I understand the difference is the mature content versus not, but you have children that compete in the Olympics from around the world. So the age is arbitrary. The rating should have been able to have been, you should be able to overcome with paperwork and parental consent.
Yeah, something protecting you from even. I agree with that actually. We obviously wanted to stick with our team for the X Games because who knows what's gonna happen, during that event. But look at COD champs, man. They did 18 and up, and that took away a lot of opportunities for a lot of people. I mean, I have Methods on my team, and he can't even compete next year in COD champs because it's an 18 and up rule, which, the game is it's EA 17,
Yep.
So it's like, all right, well, what's the point of doing something like that, And I just feel like that ruins an opportunity for him, as this kid is an up and coming player. When back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, COD champs were 16 and up. Then they went up to 17 and up. Now it's 18 and up. So it's like, all right, well, what's the rule change? And I think it's because of the cursing, or it's a lot of protection that they're trying to avoid. I don't know if they're worried about getting sued, because they're a big company. So
Yeah.
who knows what's the plan as far as doing stuff like that, making it 18 and up, because it's like, it's a 17 and up game. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things, a lot of questions that are so unanswered that no one will ever know.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you if they did provide you a reasoning for some of these rules, but obviously they haven't.
No. We're left with a bunch of question marks still.
Well, hopefully you guys hopefully we get some answers. That'd be nice.
Cool. Advanced Warfare has started dropping information, and I think we're all looking forward to Advanced Warfare beyond what we have now.
I am.
So there was a poll that was put out, and a big YouTuber today made that poll very popular, and I just watched 10,000 more responses literally come in since he put out the video and the time we're recording this. And there were 6 things that were asked that you could vote for in the poll if you pre-ordered the game and you could get them early. Do you want is it free upgrade from one console to the other, beta access to it, Nuketown to come back, personalization pack, which is negated because there's already the personalization pack, a new bonus multiplayer map, or early access to the game, which is 48 hours. You get the game 48 hours early before it hits shelves. And I think our group consensus was, well, I won't say that. I'll let you go through, each of us go through. But I voted for early access because getting the game 2 days early because you pre-ordered it, you got my money early. Give me the game a little bit early. I feel like that's a fair trade. Plus, that's actually something. As opposed to, number one, I don't want Nuketown to come back ever again. Ever again.
And let's just be clear on all these fanboys that are entering this poll. I'm going to find you and beat you.
Yeah, all 4,700 of them.
I am going to beat you because I don't want to ever see that map again. I've played it for 2 years already. I don't need it again.
Oh, it's coming back.
How about we bring Scrapyard? Did you just say Scrapyard?
No, I said it's coming back.
Oh, I think you just said Scrapyard. See, I for a minute there, I thought you went into my head, and I just kind of blurted out what you had in your mind.
I don't have that abilities yet, so.
Okay, yeah. I would love Scrapyard personally, but
I can't remember which one that is.
Is that's the one you could bring back if you went into all previous COD games? You'd bring Scrapyard back.
Let me see.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That was a good map.
A lot of good games. Good maps. Let me see. You got Modern for 2. What do you got? I would bring some good COD 4 maps. What was the? Let me see if I can remember. Is it called Showdown? Not Showdown. What the hell is that map called? God.
I'm out of my
years
element
ago.
back there.
See,
I can't remember. I have the images in my head. I just can't remember what those maps are called.
You said Scrapyard, and they've already remade this one in this COD, and it was horrible.
Which map is it in this COD?
Right. It's out of Takeoff, Launch, Takeoff, I think is what it's called. I'm not for sure though.
Takeoff is the stadium one from Black Ops 2.
Oh, that's right. It's the one
remake.
where it's got a bit of Levolution in it. The
tree falls.
No. About a minute or so into the game, a rocket takes off, and part of it comes down and builds part of the map.
Is it Countdown? Is that what it is?
Maybe, I don't know.
I
haven't.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I want Launch from Black Ops back. The original Black Ops Launch. It's got the hump in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That was a good map.
And then the rocket takes off.
Yeah,
too,
the
right?
rocket takes off at 5 minutes.
That was a good map. I actually enjoyed that one.
No, you know what map they need to bring back? Ambush. You guys remember that map?
No,
what game?
You remember they had the burning tank in the middle, and they had the buildings.
Oh, okay, from Modern Warfare.
That map was cool. I enjoyed playing that map. What else? Crossfire was a good map. You guys remember that one? The hill, the buses, the broken buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds familiar.
Trying to look up images for it.
I tweeted out the other day I need to remake COD 4 just in general.
Yeah, I recently got COD 4 for the first time. I recently got it, and it's a fun game to play. It's so much more basic. Now, the thing is, the perks are almost worthless because it seems like there was only a couple that are worth having. You know, the one that makes your gun stronger and your soldier stronger. Okay. Other than that, I don't know that I didn't see anything else that was viable. But then again, I'm playing a game that's several years old. People play it differently now than they used to.
That P90 jug, when no one had headsets, everyone had marathon. I mean, everyone had marathon just running around like maniacs with P90 jug, just sounding like they had Dorito toes. I mean, just going crazy in the map. That's the fun. That was the fun that I missed, man. Everyone got Turtle Beaches, and then Astros came out. All that went downhill. Dead Silence. And even Dead Silence, you can still hear them fools. You know, it was, oh man. I miss COD 4. I really do.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It changed a lot of things. That's for sure.
I mean, even Modern Warfare 2 was good, you know? I don't know if you guys enjoyed playing Black Ops 1. I enjoyed playing Black Ops 1.
That was the first one that I really, really got into, so yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I enjoyed some Nuketown back in the day. Now I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Nuketown was okay in Black Ops, but it's such a simplistic map that you had Rescue Randys learning spawn strategies. And you don't need to go into a game every single time and having to worry about spawn strategies. And that's why people want it back. They think that on a 2-year-old game they've learned how to do a spawn trap, and that they're going to come do it against the current generation of players. Now, the best players in Call of Duty move forward with Call of Duty. Every year they buy the next one. They play the current one. I don't know that that's true for this particular year, but in general, that's true. A lobby of players from Ghosts is probably better than any lobby in Call of Duty 4, unless a team goes back to it. I'm just saying, in general, the better players move forward. Just because you've got Black Ops 1 and you finally learned how to spawn trap in Nuketown does not make you a spawn trap artist. I can do it. That doesn't make me a spawn trap artist. And
I remember back in those days with that Nuketown 24/7, get some hardpoint or demo. Or not hardpoint.
Hardcore capture the flag. You would get
headquarters or
wall
demo.
Yeah.
Headquarters or demo, and just spawn trap. That is it.
Hardcore capture the flag. They'd cap 2 of the flags, and they would wall bang you, spawn kill you by wall banging you through the walls and fences. There was no way to live.
I'm guilty of spawn trap. I've done it. I've had my 200 bombs here and there. The demolition when you get the last few minutes. all right, guys, we got 50 seconds to plant this bomb. Let's just plant A real quick, and then let the timer go and just keep getting these kills. You got dogs, you got all types of hell coming in that map.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like, why would those kids stay? I mean, I think I've seen the kid go like 4 and like 78. Like, why? I would have left a long time ago.
What sucked is it kept putting people in that lobby.
Yeah.
There's someone that's got full streaks, has like 100 kills already, and you get this thrown into the lobby.
Right? You go in there and all you hear is boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh, no.
Yeah, if you enter and you're selecting your weapon for the first time and you hear enemy AC 130 overhead and you hear the dogs barking, it's time to don't select a weapon, just leave. It's not worth it.
Exactly. The minute you choose your weapon, you got a dog just come up and just bite your neck and you're done. You're dead. Like, Jesus, I just got in here.
I've never had that happen in Battlefield. With all of the problems Battlefield 4's got, the beta, I never had, this is called a transition, I never had a problem with spawns in Battlefield, but Battlefield 4 has been renowned for having issues. And Archaic, you found that they're talking about they found a way to fix it. What's that about?
What do you mean?
Like, that's the link.
I played the game recently.
Oh, I sent one. I sent you a link. Oh, that link. The DICE came out and said just because there's a new Battlefield coming out doesn't mean they're going to stop trying to fix 4. Which you're how far in and you still haven't fixed it? You've only successfully made it worse. Actually, I did play the other day. It hasn't been that bad.
No, it's very playable.
It's playable. All the DLC's playable, and I'm enjoying it. But because I went and played with Jules since he switched over to the PS4 on that one.
Good man.
Did you get his friend request, by the way?
I did. I just haven't accepted.
Okay.
I do have
He's been looking for you. So
I have anyways.
I have a problem with spawns in Battlefield. If someone's getting shot at, you shouldn't be allowed to spawn on them.
Well, don't spawn on them. That's kind of on you.
I'm talking more when I'm shooting at somebody and somebody else spawns on them.
That's their fault. They're retards. Don't spawn on your
That sucks, though. There's like 8 people. Like, if you just show up and 3 people spawn, there's nothing you're doing. You're not killing all 4 people. You don't have enough bullets in your gun to kill all 4 people.
You got an LMG, you do.
Don't even get me started on LMGs in Battlefield 4.
I've been using it and I like it.
So broken.
I think that the game works now. They had some server issues, connection issues, and those connection issues made the game unplayable, but I think they really fixed it for the most part. I mean, no game's perfect, right? But it's still fun, and you talk about not having the kill streaks and things like that when in your transition. That's one of the things I like about Battlefield. Is you don't have to worry about those types of things. Now you do have to worry about terrible teammates because I would say Battlefield, non-competitive Call of Duty, Battlefield is more of a team-focused game than non-competitive Call of Duty. And so when you have a crappy team, it's hard to succeed, especially when you're playing objectives.
I actually never got into Battlefield 4, but I actually came from a game, PC games. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of it, but it's one is called Black Hawk Down. It's from a company called Nova Logic, and this game, if you guys ever Google it or even look up like gameplay or something, whoever has it, out there. I was about 17, 18 years old, and I mean, I played that game for years, just played it, like, nonstop, That was just a game that, because, you got people in there, make customized maps, they got all the programs where they just make their own maps and then submit it and then do their own little private lobbies of their customized, maps. It could be this map, you go, you fly helicopters, you get in doom buggies, you're getting dirt bikes, you're doing like 360s, like flips. It was just one of those games where you're like, Jesus, and then Battlefield, I think, has that same, that same concept, I don't know, helicopter, you got all that stuff that you can do, And
Definitely.
I actually like games like that, but I don't think that it works for console. I think it's just something that can work for PC, not console. I don't know. That's just in my opinion.
I see what you're saying. You know, you brought up something kind of cool that I think we talk about Call of Duty's maps. You know, they rehash maps. They're doing it with this next map pack. They're bringing back Favela. My opinion is they lack creativity, but that's besides the point. But they should open up, maybe have like a contest or something to where, because a lot of people, they do mods and things like that when you talk about PC gaming, but have people design maps and submit those.
Yep.
And have a contest. That way we can get some new maps, bring some freshness to the franchise, and it could be a lot of fun. And you know, you giving back to your fans and all that. That would be really cool. I would be down with that Battlefield as well.
I'm pretty sure that somebody somewhere knows how to has an idea of making a great map, but doesn't know who to submit it to. You know, and
exactly.
there's people that can come up with great ideas. I mean, you got all types of YouTubers that come up with great content all the time, you know? And there's always a great mind somewhere, you know, and somebody can make something. And I agree with that 100%. I mean, if you can make your own map and submit it and then possibly have Sledgehammer, you know, come up with like the best, the best map, you know, I don't know, whoever makes up the best map pack or something, you know?
Yeah.
Map of 4 or 5 or whatever, you know, and just submit it and see what they get out of it. But yeah, I agree with that 100%, man.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
But now, so Battlefield Hardline was announced, and I think that's where we were going.
Yes.
And Whackmed seems interested. And
I'm
I'll be
very
honest.
interested. I like the
I think
premise as much as. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No, I was just saying, I think it looks really cool. Have you guys all watched the 7-minute trailer of
I don't.
Codename Omaha?
I'm not thrilled. I'll just throw that out there.
As much as
I've let my feelings be known on Twitter, so
as much as you're not thrilled, I am thrilled because this is, urban warfare. Fighting in the streets is what our military is doing in other countries, and cops and
This isn't
robbers
the
type
military.
theme, huh?
so this isn't the military
This
though.
yeah, but that's what it's based on. As you said, Battlefield was originally this army versus that army, and
Yeah.
now this army versus that army is very much a cops and robbers type scenario. Not as much as Payday 2, not like that. But the urban warfare duck into a building. I happen to live there. That kind of scenario, it's playing out, especially in the Middle East, and it is the way wars seem to be fought for the last 15 years or so, and I think that's actually a refreshing outlook on the game, especially the series and the way that the storyline this game seems to be taking from an outsider's perspective. As I said before the show started, I don't deserve a count in this because I haven't bought any of the Battlefield games. But this one, maybe they did what they were trying to do in that they got somebody like me, and you all know my thoughts on Battlefield, somebody like me to go, oh, all right, maybe so, yeah, this looks good, let's see what you got. They accomplished that much already.
I'm fine. It's an urban setting, but it's an American urban setting. It's not. It's populated cities. Why do they have an A10 Warthog running through the streets? That's not a thing. Jay, you live in Miami. It's set there. That's not something. Or you live in that area at least.
Tampa, yeah, I live in Tampa.
That's not something you see too often, is it?
Nah.
Just a full auto weapon just razzing the streets.
Yeah, you got customized Toyota Camrys, which is big old 50 cal just sitting on top. We see those all the time, man. You got bulletproof cars just being,
It's killing me.
No, you don't
I'm
see
like,
that, man. Trust me.
I'm like, it's so bad. Why are there aircraft? You don't. If you've never played Battlefield, you really don't understand it. Like in Conquest, aircraft are so overpowered.
Yeah.
Because there's people that, spend their day playing Battlefield and flying jets.
I don't think
because flying a jet's not something any of us can hop on and do. And me and Bondfire play Battlefield.
You know, I got a little joke for you guys. You know, now that you mentioned about flying, you know, people spending their whole time just flying a plane. All right, remember the game I told you about? It's called Joint Operations. You guys should just look at just check it out. Now, pretty much, you know, they had all types of aircrafts. You know, ones that had like, you know, just the helos, the little missiles on the side where you could shoot. You know, you can fly and shoot that one, you know, by yourself. And there's also the Apaches where you can just join in with two people. You know, one guy on top, one guy flying the aircraft, and the guy on top is the one shooting missiles and all that stuff. Cuba. I was playing years of the game, you know, I told you, and I introduced Cuba into the game. This is well before him and I got into the whole COD 4. This is probably around the 2006, you know, a few months before we got into Grow 2. That's when we got into console. Cuba was pretty bad at the game. I ain't gonna lie. The dude was awful. He couldn't kill anything. So he had a kick. He was like, well, the hell, I know I suck at the game. So he goes and flies like the best aircraft, and I'm sitting there trying to, you know, it's like domination. There's flags, you know, but you have to have a whole bunch of people in there. You know, it's like 32 against 32. There's just a bunch of people in there, so it's like kind of like domination, something similar. You know, you like, yo, Darren, where you at? You know, and you look up in the sky and see Cuba just flying. I mean, like 50 miles in the sky. Like, what are you doing up there? Like, get down there and help me. You know, the dude would literally just fly the aircraft. He don't care if people come up and shoot rockets at him and kill him. He'll just get right back in the aircraft and just fly in the sky. He's just so bad. He used to kill me with that thing, man. I mean, I wish I could record the footages of him just flying. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, this is like the funnest thing I've ever played in my life. I'm like, you're not doing anything. You're like 0 and like 50, and you're flying an aircraft that people can see you and still shoot you out of the sky. But I mean, I just had to bring that up. He knows exactly what I'm talking about too, man.
The Battlefield 4 Battlefield 4. The trailers for it heavily featured the aircraft capabilities when they were talking about promoting Battlefield 4, and I thought that was, you know, one of the cool aspects. But it looks to me that because the aircraft are a unbalanced mechanic in that game, it's always made me question the amount of work that goes into designing that game, because there's so much work that is done and I know what I'm doing here is I sound like I'm a COD fanboy
bashing DICE,
but there's so much balance that goes into Call of Duty, making sure everything's as close to balanced as possible to where it's player versus player, and it doesn't seem like Battlefield has that. I don't know. I think that the aircraft in the game make it unbalanced in the beginning, but if you can fly around and go 0 and 50 and just not be able to do anything because you're just up in the air.
Well, that's one of the things that's cool about Battlefield is it's you can do those things. If you just want to go and have fun and just run around in a tank, go for it. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do just to have fun outside of, you know, trying to get, you know, help your team win and get that best kill-death ratio. Heck, I mean, me and Rage of Heaven in Battlefield 3, we would just hop in not a Warthog, that's Halo, like a dune buggy, and I'd be on the gun, he'd be driving, and we'd just be cruising around, just shooting shit. I mean, just having fun. I mean, we had so much fun doing that, and we try to take out tanks and stuff, and I think that's one of the things that's great about it. But
some of Punk Man's best videos, he loads his
exactly the C4 on the ATVs and
that annoys me so much that that's even a thing. If you play it and get killed by it, it's so annoying.
Yeah, but so is an MTAR. It's just like it's part of the game. Maybe it is cheap, but it's just part of it. That's one of the things that looks fun about that game.
Yeah, I'm starting to like games more and more to where I can create my own fun, if you will. Like GTA is huge for that. You create your own fun. There's tons of other things you can do, whether it's like, you know, like racing or, you know, team deathmatch or all those types of games that are out there. But I think the best part about it is just creating your own fun.
Yeah, I can tell you, I can create my own fun. I actually am very horrible at trying to, complete missions in Grand Theft Auto. I'll go like, all right, boom, I'm gonna play this game out. I'm gonna grind out, some Grand Theft Auto, and I get so distracted by killing like random people out there that I just like, all right, well, I totally forgot about doing the damn mission. I know I was scheduled to do something, I just can't remember. Next thing you know, I have 6 stars. I'm getting chased by freaking cops and everywhere because I felt like that was an achievement for me. I had to have the 6 stars. You gotta get the 6 stars and get chased by like freaking tanks and all types. Like, dude, you're in deep shit.
Yeah.
You don't get out of there, you're doomed. And like I said, people make their own fun, and that's. I mean, I'm awful at completing missions in Grand Theft Auto. I can tell you, I don't think I've ever finished a Grand Theft Auto game, maybe 10-15% of the game, and then I'm sitting there. I feel like I have to kill everyone out in the street. That's just something that I had to do. I'm just killing all innocent bystanders. I'm punching people in the face for no reason. It's just that's my own fun. And then next thing you know, that game is just collecting dust because I got tired of doing that, and then I forgot that there are missions that you can complete.
Yeah.
Random question? Okay, go ahead.
I would say one more thing about Hardline since we kind of strayed off from that. I think it looks fun, and I think one of the things I like most about it is it shows that they're willing to try something different with their own franchise. And it reminds me of what they did with Bad Company, that franchise, which isn't your typical Battlefield game. I mean, the single player was much more, there was a lot of comedy focused around it. They created some really cool characters. With Bad Company, and it was fun. It was having fun with Battlefield, and this seems to be, let's try cops and robbers, and I'm sure they're going to take a lot of stuff from Payday, and I think it's going to be very easy to make comparisons between the two, because they're going to have heists and a lot of co-op and multiplayer game types. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and one of the things I'm looking forward to outside of the multiplayer and trying those new game types is the single player, because it's done by Visceral Games, and those guys made Dead Space. They didn't make, a first-person shooter. So that could go both ways, good or bad, but I'm really looking forward to some of the story elements that they'll bring to the table. So, Archaic, you may not be excited, but I am. So.
Archaic, why are you excited?
No,
like, besides the A10 being in the game.
It's not that I'm not excited. I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed. And it's not aircraft that are unbalanced, by the way. It's most vehicles in Battlefield are unbalanced.
The only thing I would say about that, I can see your point in it being unbalanced, but like if you can pilot those and you're good at it, especially an airplane, you deserve to run train. Because I think it's very difficult to do.
It is difficult, but those are also the people that don't have a job or anything else to do with their life.
And they deserve to run train.
See, no, you can play video games for a living because you own a gaming team. That's your job.
No, I mean, yeah, well.
That is your job. In a sense.
And apparently you don't have a job.
No, he has a job. Exactly. Gaming is his job.
And shoot Archaic because it would be funny.
And apparently Cuba has
planes don't destroy me. It's the helicopters that get me.
Apparently Cuba has always had a job because he can't fly a plane at all.
He could fly. He just couldn't shoot anything.
Yeah, he'll go 50 and just fly aircraft, and that's his job.
But he's having so much fun, and that's all that matters.
When we're trying to win, and he's sitting there going wee in this stupid aircraft. There are stingers. There's not enough freaking flares that can come up to avoid those stingers. Yeah, that was his fun. Oh man, good times. I could tell you.
Good times. Random question?
Yeah.
If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
Got a question for me?
Everyone's got to take their turn.
Wait, can you repeat that again?
If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
I don't know. I'll let everyone else answer that before I put my input in.
I see Bondfire saying Call of Duty.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Bonfire likes Call of Duty.
I do. There's just a lot of things I dislike about it. and part of it's a lot of the players. But
And to that, you have a really good point.
I think it's funny. I remember watching some of Freaky's streams. Everyone they see some people taking the weirdest routes ever, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Like, why going? I mean,
Exactly.
I'm going B, and 2 others are going B. Why are you taking Bob to A? What are you doing?
Yes, thank you. Absolutely. We've been doing the league play, and it's 4-on-4 at Search and Destroy. I really get into Search and Destroy when everyone is trying. And I pick up the bomb, I'm like, all right, let's go to B. I say this on the microphone for everyone to hear. Everyone goes to A. You're killing me. Let's do something together, okay? Just
It's just like, and it happens in every game too. You know, I was actually all the guys had left. You know, they were tired, so they all went to go rest, and I was left alone with 3 random teammates. And he had one guy who did not have dead silence, so I called him Dorito Toes. Or he kept taking the damn bomb. We were playing Sovereign. He kept taking a bomb to A, and I'm like, I couldn't communicate with the guys because I didn't have my mic plugged in. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, all right, well, there goes Dorito Toes taking the bomb to the opposite side of the map. You know, you can literally hear him. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, that map is all metal, so it's like you can hear him running up the steps. I'm like, and he had more kills than me. Well, no, I think he had like 2 kills less than me or something like that. But he had 2 kills more than everyone on the team. So I'm like, this guy's actually doing good. I can hear you. I can hear you from across the damn map. Whatever. Dorito Toast for the win.
He must have been pretty good at the game, just not good at making classes.
No, he just did random stuff that people didn't look like. He clutched a 1v2, and I was like, I'm sitting there trying to commentate. Number one, I'm awful at trying to commentate. So let's just put that to the side. Don't ever make me a commentator, or I'll ruin everything that was good for commentators. But he was sitting like, all right. He was at towards research. He was sitting in that little spot right there, just crouched, and he kept doing weird like, you know, strafes left and right, and then he actually clutched a 1v2, and I'm like, you know, he has like a 0.1 chance of clutching because, you know, you can tell the guy on the opposite team knew what he was doing. He picked up the bomb, but this guy just got like the luckiest headshot on him. He killed the other guy, and then he killed the guy that was trying to defuse the bomb. But he noticed that his buddy got killed, so he tried to peek up and try to get the kill real quick and then defuse the bomb. But the dude had I can't remember the gun. It literally is a gun that nobody uses. But he ended up getting the lucky headshot, and then I'm like, oh, Dorito Toes for the win. So yeah, it's just random stuff that people do, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we literally had to run from one side of the map to the other side of the map because he decided to go lone wolf to plant the bomb. So yeah.
Wow. What are you getting rid of, Bondfire?
I'm trying to pick it carefully because there's a lot of real world things you could choose, and that some may or may not agree with, and things like that. So I'm picking wisely. So I haven't decided yet.
I'm picking political correctness for the sake of being politically correct.
Ooh.
I would like to get rid of that. Like, you can't say, oh wow, you can't do any of these because they're all politically correct. How about you pick what you want a nationality of people to be called, and then let's call them that and not have a problem with it. Or,
oh man,
you know, how many different bathrooms are you gonna have?
I don't know if
let's have a male and a female bathroom and not need 16 different kinds of or I don't know what the math comes out to, 5 different types of bathrooms. Political correctness for the sake of being politically correct, I despise. Or I can't vote for this bill because it's got this element in it and I won't get reelected if I do, even if it's the right thing to do. It's like, I can't call
That
you
happens
out
so
for
often.
being a bad person because you just had a loss in your family or something like that. No, if they're a bad person before Aunt Sally died, they're still a bad person. Aunt Sally's death does not change that. You just suck. I can't stand political. I'm not a very politically correct person, which is very difficult for me on YouTube sometimes because I've had to re-edit a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually like that one.
I hope my responses weren't too impolitically correct. My examples.
Oh man, does anyone else have an answer? Because I'm still tossing up.
Winner.
Well, I expect you to.
Says the guy that had the question.
Oh, I had it 10 minutes before you had it. It's a Reddit
No,
question.
you did not.
The
You
top
had
two
this
answers were
week's.
like world peace and greed.
And he is right, because I have looked it up.
That's the top response. Greed.
It's in the top. It's on the front page.
Like war and something else. It was
Mosquitoes and ticks. I thought that was an awesome answer. One
That was
guy
kinda
wanted to get
funny.
rid of mosquitoes and ticks. Being in Tampa, you can appreciate that, Jay.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Nothing. I'm the winner. I declare myself winner of random questions.
I would say over that random question, sure.
Would you like something different?
What do you mean?
I'm going to
Like a
have to
different
go
random
out
question?
and say, while you're thinking of your answer, I'll go on a monologue. I think that Reddit has really let me down on random questions here lately. They had some awesome ones for a while, and now trying to find them is... What's your favorite way of saying I love you? I don't care. My wife smiles, and I'm okay. No. What's the biggest secret you've ever kept that could ruin lives? Why would you tell that if it could ruin lives? That's a stupid question. What annoys you most about yourself? Okay, that's actually a pretty good question. Wow, we've made it through the whole page. Some of these questions are terrible, and I don't know. Maybe the world has spun in a way where it's difficult to come up with random questions because I've been on a drought, which is why I'm over at Reddit looking for random questions because I myself have been a little lacking in being able to come up with them. What are you changing? Or getting rid of? Beardless people.
Get rid of one thing. What?
Beardless people. Everybody.
Go away.
All men should have a beard.
I can't grow one. Go away.
Hey, you know what? You're the only one on this call without facial hair.
Okay. Maybe because when mine comes in, it's really spotty.
I think I think he has a full beard. You just can't see it. It's just blonde hair.
I do have a lot of blonde hair, and then I get like a lot of random black ones that are just annoying, so I just shave it all off.
Oh man.
Because it looks so bad. Like I could grow a goatee, but it won't get very long.
No.
That's about it. I can get some chin hair.
Yeah. You're pretty young. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh wait. Oh man. Damn. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought you were about 17 years old.
No, that's the other guy that's normally on the show.
No, well, you actually look like you're really young. You even
Everyone thinks I'm young, so.
don't grow your facial hair. See, you look at me. You look like you don't want this. This is the what is it? Lazy No Shave November. Even though we're in June.
Movember, yeah. I wish I could get work to do that. I finally. I actually had to do a seal test the other day, and I got this to seal inside of a mask that seals off my face. So I was impressed.
I know what I'd get rid of.
Let's hear it.
Political extremists. Both sides.
Okay.
Both sides.
Oh,
Not just the right-wing extremists that I can't get on board with because they're so crazy. The left-wing extremists are just... You're just like, why would you want that? Right-wing extremists, you're just like, I'm scared of you now.
But you see, I think that goes to political correctness, in that you can't just be a little one way or the other. You have to lean way over to the side. I agree. It's silliness. Bonfire, you just got Watch Dogs, didn't you?
I did.
You've been streaming
Arcade got
it.
it
You've
too.
been playing it, and there have been reviews that people do not like the game. Apparently, you were not one of them.
No, I think it's fun. I said this before it came out. I think me and Arcade were talking, in that I didn't think the game was going to live up to all this huge hype expectations that everyone's had for it, just because I think it got hyped up too much. And delaying it, I'm sure, helped the game be what it is, but I think delaying it brought that hype level to the next level, to where everyone's like, this game is going to be the next Grand Theft Auto. No, it's not.
They're not even to me, and they're not even in the same genre.
No, I would categorize this as more of an Assassin's Creed. There's so many elements I see that are very similar to Assassin's Creed games, but it's fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I actually did my first online hacking, like the 1v1 thing, which is, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like a game of hide and seek, and it's just different. There's a lot of cool things that can happen, and the hacking is fun. But I can see why some people are disappointed.
Why?
The driving mechanics are awful, number one.
The driving isn't very good. The soundtrack's not very good.
So yeah, the soundtrack isn't very good. It's like you discover songs and they're not good at all.
Really, they put that much into the soundtrack that you have to, like in Minecraft, you have to find a song?
Well, you hack people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And there's like 27 songs that you can find that aren't on the base, just normal loop.
Yeah.
I normally don't listen to the radio because you're always getting like some sort of phone call or just looking for people to hack.
Yeah.
And so the soundtrack doesn't bother me that much, but it's not very good. There's a couple of good songs in there though.
Yeah, I would say the reason why it's not as awesome as what everyone is expecting is because it kind of reminds me of when the first Assassin's Creed came out. It can be very repetitive. Now, granted, I haven't finished the story. I know Archaic has, and he said the story was amazing, so I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it. But as far as just general gameplay, I mean, once you start hacking a lot of people, and they've said that you're never going to see the same person twice in terms of, who you see and who you hack and the information and things like that, which that's cool. But once you've done a few things and you've hacked, lights, traffics, different cars and things like that, you've kind of done the majority of as far as hacking's going to go. So it's not as broad as they made you think it would be in terms of hacking everything within the city. So I think that plays a big part of it.
Yeah, the good parts I would say are the storyline is amazing. I haven't played any online. I say I haven't played. I've been invaded a few times, which those are fun. The first one wasn't quite that interesting because the kid, I guess, just got the game and wasn't really paying attention. And I shot up in the air kind of like they did in the trailer, and he didn't move at all. He just stood there. So that one wasn't fun. The second hack, they got to 98% on me before I stopped them. So that was a really fun, intense invasion that I enjoyed.
Do they let you kill innocent pedestrians?
Yeah.
Walking
Oh yeah.
You can run them over.
I can't play games like that because I lose my mind because I get bored of doing missions and I just want to kill everyone that's in the street because I have nothing better to do. I don't know. I have the worst. I'm telling you, playing those kind of games. I didn't even get Grand Theft Auto 5 because I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this game for $60, and I'm not gonna do any missions because I'm gonna lose track of this stupid mission I gotta do. And I mean, even though I heard the game, I heard everything.
It's so good.
It's very good.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't played Grand Theft Auto for so I think I played Grand Theft Auto 4, and I remember when we first got the game, because we were all getting bored of what COD was out during Grand Theft Auto 4. Was it Modern Warfare 3?
Black Ops 2. Or Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3. I don't know which one.
It could have been
Modern
Black
Warfare
Ops 1 or
3.
whatever. Whenever Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, I remember it was all of us, and we were, 'cause we were in the multiplayer, and I think all 6 of us got into cop cars and threw on and started blaring the sirens and started driving just through the streets, blaring cop car, the cop cars that we found, So I don't know. I can't play games like that. I mean, I know they're fun, but I don't know. I can't get into games like that. I lose track. I want to kill innocent bystanders for no reason.
World at War was actually out when GTA 4 was out. It was in
World
2008.
at War?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. It was a long time ago. That's when it first came out.
Yep. In terms of what's good in Watch Dogs, I think they've got a lot of really cool new concepts in terms of like the hacking. The hacking's fun. It's fun just following random people, hacking into their phones, and you can like steal some money from their bank account, and you can just get lost in doing a lot of side things. Like I always find myself getting lost stopping a bunch of crime because there's always different crimes to stop. It'll just pop up, and then you go like just wait for the crime to happen, and then you just take the dude out and beat him in the face. It's great. There's a lot of different side things to do that are they're fun and entertaining, and they've introduced a lot of cool concepts. It's just I don't think it's executed 100%, and there's not a lot of variety.
Have you ever paid attention to what the little description of the person says? Because some of those are hilarious.
Like, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Like I saw one on Twitter earlier. Someone tweeted out. I don't know this one. This one may not be show appropriate. Actually, I may have to just post a link in the chat for this one. It was hilarious. It's kind of dirty, so.
Oh. Yeah, let me give you a few dirty ones as well.
Well, we're bringing the show. Are we getting close? Because I got a question for the end of the show.
Yeah, if you want to.
I gotta find it again. E3's not next week, but the week after. Is that right? It's like 9 days away. 7.
I do believe so.
It's next weekend.
The week after next.
There's some games that I just want. I've got 5 games written out here, and I kind of want your little thoughts on what they're going to talk about, maybe, or if they're even going to talk about them at E3, or what you would want to see if you think they are going to talk about them. The first one's Halo 5. Are we going to see anything?
I think they're going to talk about them, but we're not going to see anything.
Yeah, in terms of gameplay, no, I think we'll see like a cinematic trailer. I think we'll get more information on who this mysterious dude is, if you've seen that like picture.
The dudette? The girl?
Sure. Even though they said it's not a girl, but yeah, anyways. I think we'll see just a little bit of information. I mean, it's still a year and a half away, so I think it'll just be a nice little trailer, some information on it, because I think they said they were going to give us some information on it, but it's no gameplay. I don't expect any gameplay whatsoever. So, more so, I think they're going to talk about the highly rumored Halo 2 remake, which I'd rather see the Master Chief Collection that was rumored.
If they try to remake Halo 2, so many people are going to be disappointed. That's going to be a hard thing to do.
I think that's the same as COD 4, though. If they tried to recover COD 4, you'd have the same people that love the way they covered it and other people that did not.
Well, it's just bringing up the graphics from Halo 2. I mean,
yeah.
And for me, like I loved Halo 2's multiplayer. Like me and my friends, when that was going, I mean, that was so much fun. It was just
oh my god,
so good. I mean, so I would actually like to at least play that aspect of it, if anything. Just some old school Halo multiplayer. That'd be fun.
I used to love playing Halo back in the day, man.
Heck yeah, dude.
That was just something else.
Yeah.
Fallout 4.
No.
Nothing.
I don't think it'll be announced. I don't think we'll hear anything about it. If we do, yes, I would love that, but I don't think we'll hear anything about it.
Do you think we'll see more from Advanced Warfare?
Yes.
Absolutely. And I would almost bet money that it's going to be during Microsoft's show.
You think we'll see more?
I think we'll see. They might do a demo of the single player because we all know they do single player before multiplayer. They might do a little demo. Again, I want to say it's going to be during Microsoft show. They still have that partnership. They still have that timed exclusivity with their DLC. But I definitely think we'll get a lot more information.
Yeah.
In terms of the single player. I don't think the multiplayer yet.
I think it'll be a repeat of the trailer, or maybe
They're not going to show the same trailer.
No. Well, the thing you can get 3 versions of the same trailer, depending on where it launched and what country, and where 60% of the footage is repeat footage, but they show another step in the story or a step before that in the story.
Sure.
So as far as the exact same trailer, no. A very similar trailer that contains some of the same footage, absolutely. I think that's what you'll see. More information only in what they leak in that trailer. It's what they do every year. It doesn't seem like this is anything new for Advanced Warfare. They give you the next small step that's actually not much of anything, and the speculation that's going to come after that is what I think. The silence that Activision gives breeds excitement for this game. Why give anything to shut that up? It's the silence that sells the game.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say back in 2009, because I remember a few E3s ago, when Modern Warfare 2, they did a demo of that cliffhanger mission, like when they were in the snow and during the single player. Mm-hmm. And so they did a demo of that at the Microsoft conference. So that's why I said I wouldn't be surprised if they did something similar with Advanced Warfare. Just a small little peek, a demo of a mission in the single player. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But you're also, I'm sure we'll see another trailer. They'll have like an E3 trailer, something. I could see that too. But what were you going to say, Ricky?
Oh, no. What I was saying is this, what do you guys think about this game? Do you think that they're going to announce Destiny?
I think we'll see
Yes,
a lot of
we'll see a lot of Destiny.
I think you'll see a lot of Destiny.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of Destiny, a lot of the new Borderlands, the prequel.
The pre-sequel?
Pre-sequel.
I think you'll see a small spot about that, but
it comes out pretty quick.
Borderlands 3 is actually on my list here. Do you think that... First of all, let's be honest. Borderlands pre-sequel, what is the name of the game we just talked about? Destiny. I'm sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. The pre-sequel is Borderlands 2 outlay completely. Like, everything about the interface with that game is Borderlands 2. They haven't changed the colors of anything. So it's the exact same game. It's like a non-DLC DLC.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but this isn't a new game. This is truly the most sequel of sequels you've ever seen in the gaming industry.
That's a new game, though.
No. I mean,
how's it not?
It's a new storyline and a whole new
It's new content for the game. I mean, I guess this goes into what makes the game the game. It's new content for that game. As we know gaming now. There's not going to be a problem with it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to enjoy it. But
yeah,
it's a lot different than anything else we've ever seen. It's the same game. Every mechanic's the same. Every menu is the same. Every interaction, button selection, everything is the exact same. Because it's Borderlands 2. But it's new story, all of the stuff that you're going to play, all the stuff you're going to do is new. It's appreciated. That is different. But this is the most... I don't know. I feel like I've made my point. I think that you'll see something about Borderlands 3, maybe. I would not be surprised.
That'd be awesome if we did, but I don't think we will. I think all the focus is going to be on the pre-sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard since we're talking about this, is that I think you're absolutely right. It's when you play the game, it's gonna feel more like an extension of Borderlands 2. It's gonna feel like a huge DLC. I agree with that. It is a new game though, but I did hear that they were thinking about making it cheaper than your average $60 retail game, like $40 or something like that. I'm just throwing a number out there, making up stats like Oyster does, but.
Oh,
I think
take
I-
a shot at a
I
man
would-
while he's not here to defend himself.
Jay, did you play
I would say that
Borderlands?
he was pussy. Me?
Jay.
Oh.
No, actually, I never played Borderlands. I've had a bunch of people who did play it, and actually one of our partners, he actually played it, and he actually liked it. I'm not sure if Story plays a lot of games, but I don't know if he's played Borderlands. I'm not even sure, but I think they were playing it at one point. I never really got into it.
Do your guys play games besides Call of Duty? And
What's that?
Minecraft?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, we
It's a
we
bad
play pretty much everything that's fun. I mean, most of our stuff is for content purposes, But we're actually going to be getting back into, outside of COD, we're going to be pretty much playing any kind of game that brings some entertainment. So
Try Borderlands. It's very entertaining.
yeah,
It's a cool game.
I'm thinking of getting Borderlands too. But there was
You could even do like the whole team, like
yeah.
Mhm.
because it's 4 players. So
There's actually one game that I wish that I'm not sure if it's gonna come out for the Xbox One or the Xbox 360, but I'm not sure if you guys heard of it. But it's called Tom Clancy the Division.
Oh, yes.
We're
It's for the
we're all
Xbox
fans
One.
here, all fans of that.
Man, it just I watched the trailer. I want to say a couple of months back with Cuba and our other partner too. And we're sitting there, I'm like, oh man, that game looks just fantastic. And then of course we find out that it's only for the PlayStation 4. We're like,
I think it'll be for the Xbox One as well.
The Division's
I do-
it's only for the next gen consoles.
Yeah,
it'll be on
we'll
both.
see them on both.
but I mean, did you see all the features and stuff that you can do? I mean,
Yeah.
I watched the trailer, but they've just successfully kept pushing it off ever since they released
They've
that.
had a lot of problems with the game, and I think you'll see some stuff about it at E3.
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do, but they said they're not releasing it this year.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
been pushed back. And you know what else is disappointing? You know Quantum Break?
Yeah, it
I-
got pushed
I would-
back.
Yeah, and they're not even going to cover it at E3.
Yeah,
That's-
I heard that too.
That's kind of lame. And
like- It was one of those pseudo launch day type titles. I mean, they pushed it like it was going to be available. You got to buy the Xbox One because Quantum Break.
yeah.
Well, no, you could go without an Xbox One for like a year and a half before Quantum Break comes out. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
they
it.
made-
Just
they
don't worry
made
about
this-
it.
They made
I
this big hype about Titanfall, and you get the Xbox One, man. I remember when we first watched the trailer of Titanfall. I mean, Titanfall, don't get me wrong, is a fun game. I play it, but I just don't see. I guess none of us. I don't know. I honestly can't even remember why we stopped playing it. We just stopped playing it.
It gets old.
We had our 2-week Titanfall grind of just pure hardcore addiction, and then it's like, bleh. That was it.
I'm going to cut that clip out. That is the best way to say it ever. Yes.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened. I mean, we literally. I mean, my brother. He was prestiging when there's no purpose of it. And that's what really frustrated me, because there was no. They had prestigious, but it was like, all right, you're getting a cool flag, and you're just going back into. It was really no purpose of prestiging. You're just getting higher rank, and you go. Oh, the only thing that you can get out of it is if you prestige, you prestige even faster and even faster. So it just didn't make any
I
sense.
like that. If Call of Duty would grab that, you get extra bonus points or a bonus percentage for your next prestigious. I think that would help in Call of Duty. But there's not really any point in prestiging anywhere. But
Yeah.
in Titanfall, it felt even less worth it.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you think we'll see Titanfall 2 at E3?
No.
No.
nope.
Do you think we'll ever see Titanfall 2?
Yep.
Possibly.
Yeah, because this company, they
Respawn?
they want to fix they want to make a little adjustments, and I think that they'll come back. Obviously, them not having private matches and this becoming the quote unquote. I mean, don't get me wrong, Titan versus Titan sounds stupid, but that can be competitive. I don't know if you guys play Titan versus Titan. That thing is just
I don't like it.
ridiculous. It is super. You don't like it? It's
love it.
It turns into a camp fest, and I don't really like it.
Not the way I play.
I think it's Titanfall's version of Search and Destroy.
If you play it against us, we're maniacs. So ain't no if you make smaller maps, of course, but I mean you got these humongous Titans, just punching each other, shooting each other, putting up force fields and
on that map with the dragons or dinosaurs, whatever the heck they are, the big things that run off with all the grunts.
God, that map.
That's the one. I hate it because they always go back in the bag behind the hill and head glitch the hill.
Sure.
Oh yeah, just sit there. Or that
and an ogre with a sniper.
You said they were going to make minor adjustments. Are they going to install some fun into the game? Because I would really like it if they installed more fun in that game. I had a severe lack of it on my copy.
I thought it was fun. It just got stale quick. That's the problem. There was no reason to replay it.
I have a funny thing about that map you just mentioned. I think we just started. It was probably like maybe we just got into the map, and of course we get our Call of Duty mentalities kick in, and we start just making out random call outs. We'll figure out something to call out. So Story decided to call something out to all of us, and he was like, he's that map with the dragons and all the dead dinosaurs and fossils all over the place. He's like, he's mid fossil, and I'm sitting there looking around. I'm like, what?
The whole thing's a fossil.
Dead dinosaurs everywhere, mid fossil, and we're sitting there and we all like, it was just like that pause that we like, and I'm pretty sure they were all doing exactly what I was doing, mid fossil. But there's just dead dinosaurs everywhere, like fossils everywhere. How are you talking about mid fossil? So yeah, that map is funny because we think about him and we call it mid fossil. We found something to call mid fossil, but yeah, that map is just it's just, I don't know. They could have made the game a little bit better. But this is, like I said, the grunts and you think, oh man, I just finished. I just freaking jump shot at like 18 grunts. I'm feeling like a boss right now. But it's like, I don't know. And then you end the map with like 4 kills. But realistically, you just killed like 30, 40 grunts. I don't know.
You know what,
Blackman's
Bondfire?
good at that.
With your list here, you can jump off a bridge. That's not cool, man. That's so not cool. That takes all the fun out of what I just did, linking the...
I just wanted to show you, that's all. So I got a question. So out of that list, out of games that are, not all those games are going to be there. As you can see, there's some no's in there. What game are you looking forward to the most at E3 to learning more about?
Titanfall 2.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Is it even on here?
It's not. And I don't think we'll hear about it, but
One
can help, right?
Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm actually looking forward to that game.
Far Cry 4.
Destiny, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Destiny. I'm very excited for that game.
I'm interested in it, but like with Titanfall at last year's E3 trailer, I was like, okay. And I didn't understand why everyone else was so excited. I need to see more from Destiny to get excited like everybody else did. Like Dead Rising 3's trailer, I went, oh, I got to get that game. I got it and I enjoyed it. I don't know if Thief had a E3 trailer, but I saw the trailer. I thought the game would be cool and I enjoyed it. Then again, I saw the Ghost trailer and I thought it was going to be cool and I did not enjoy it. So that's not a perfect science, but I need to see more from Destiny. Have you seen
gameplay though of Destiny?
I haven't seen very well. I mean, I've seen what they've released. There's only
there's a couple demos out there.
I don't want to watch the whole game though.
It's not the whole game. It's a very small section. It's like a demo.
Evolve. I want to see more from Evolve.
Oh, that game looks so
that game
good.
looks cool.
I would like to see some more from Evolve. I want to see some from Fable Legends as well.
So good.
I'm Fable's one of the original console games I ever played, so
I want to see something from The Legend of Zelda. I want it to be crap because I want Nintendo to fail where I can get Legend of Zelda on something besides a Wii.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
God.
I think even if they do fail, I doubt they'd give up their license.
I think that if Nintendo wanted to make a ton of money, they would release that IP for every console and be the manufacturer for it.
exactly.
I think that if they did it with just one game, it would be that one, and they could get away with it. You think they could pull that off? I think they could.
Is that game DayZ still in alpha?
Yes.
I think it's dead. I haven't heard anything about it in a while.
Well, I mean, I mean, they're coming out with a beta soon, but
It's so bad.
I remember
So
hearing about DayZ.
you see this the cars in there.
It's an indie game. You wouldn't hear about it from a big publisher.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning more about Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 3.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Sunset Overdrive is going to be there. I'm looking forward to that. I wish they just released the game already. You should not be allowed to go to E3 and get me excited about a game that is over 12 months away. There should be a law against. The Federal Communications Commission should arrest them or something. I don't know. Something serious needs to happen to these people about getting me stoked about a game that won't be available for over a year.
So kind of like The Division, so 2 years when they...
Yeah. The Division, Sunset Overdrive. These were some of the bigger games from last year's E3.
And it was all this to get you to buy that Xbox One.
And there it sits right now.
The Division
Xbox
releases
on.
October 2026. Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Nothing.
That's why they do all that
I
crap.
know.
I share your frustration, though.
Uncharted
I'm kind of
looked
upset. The Order is one of the reasons I bought the PS4. And it's not coming out till Q3 2014.
What game?
You mean 2015?
Or it was pushed back
Yeah, to
So-
2015.
to 2015, so it's probably in like Q1 2015.
What game?
Yeah. The Order.
The Order
is awesome.
1886.
Yes. How about Uncharted? That was at last year's E3, and it's going to be here this year too.
I still don't think we're going to know very much about it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that franchise is hands down one of the best franchises. But they've had some turnover issues, which if you kept up, some key people have left. So I'm not saying the game's in jeopardy, but I think we'll get another brief teaser because they want to remind people, hey, Uncharted's coming, buy a PS4. But I don't think we'll see much about it.
I wish
I'll
I didn't have to buy.
Definitely
a PS4.
get that game.
Absolutely, it's going to look amazing.
Yeah, when
guarantee it's
I
gonna
get
be
the PS4, Uncharted is gonna be one of the games that I didn't get to play Uncharted 3. Is it Uncharted 3? No. What was
Yeah, the 3 is the most recent one.
Yeah, I didn't get to play that one because I didn't have a PS3 because I was just all about Xbox. But yeah, well, my brother and Cube actually played it, and the game looks entertaining. I mean, it looks fun. So
It is. It's really good. It's like a modern day Indiana Jones adventure.
I'm not sure if you guys ever played Unreal Tournament at all, but that used to be a game. You guys ever heard of Unreal Tournament?
I've heard of
I
it,
know
yeah.
the game, but I haven't ever played
I
it.
haven't either.
If you guys gotta check that game out, man. I used to play, like I said, I used to play a lot of PC games, and Unreal Tournament, that was just one of those.
That was like the competitive first person shooter, like back in the day.
Man, and I honestly think that if they would have kept up with competition, as far as it being competitive, they could have, and it really was like all the jumping and all, and Halo got their stuff from that.
Yep, absolutely.
And all the stuff that happens with jumping and all the craziness and the kill streaks, not the kill streaks, but when you get he used to be this random like voice used to come up when you used to get a kill. You should get like three kills in a row, 4 kills. He's like rampage, and it was just fun things like that came.
Just like Halo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy, and I'm curious how it's going to impact competitive gaming. Is that they're making a new Unreal Tournament, and it's going to be free to play. So I'm curious to know if that picks up ground and if it really catches on in the competitive community, because I know it used to be, and it was like the competitive first-person shooter out there. So I'm really curious.
Even to snipe, on Unreal Tournament, it was very hard to do. You know.
Yeah.
And I used to play the hell out of that game. I tell you that much. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this remake or new edition, if you will.
Another game I'm looking forward to that I saw on that list was Metro Redo, however you want to.
Yeah. Have you played those games?
I love Metro 2033 and Last Light. Last Light was amazing.
Very good game. Very good game. Yeah. I saw a couple screenshots, and it looks really good. You know, it's kind of funny, and I'm trying to open up a new conversation because I know we're about ready to wrap up, but all these last-gen games being made for next-gen, I mean, we're getting charged for backwards compatibility, which is kind of funny. But,
what do you mean?
Oh, I was going to say, Friggy, if you do get a PS4,
right,
pick up The Last of Us for PS4 whenever you do get it, because The Last of Us is one of the best games I've ever played. Hands down.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really good.
You're
I mean,
right
both
about-
single player and multiplayer.
you're
I
right about-
haven't touched multiplayer. I've played the single player. It makes you one of the few games that I've actually felt for the main characters.
Yeah. They do a really good job at that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a PS4. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but PS4 they actually lost out on a lot of money because they put so much into production that they end up losing the amount of money. You know, because Xbox. I mean, obviously, everyone has their own opinion. I think the Xbox One is awful, in my opinion, because of just the party chat just frustrates the hell out of me. I mean, to get into Skype is frustrating. It just God, just but I heard that the PS4 everything works flawlessly. Like there's problems with it, but it's not as bad as the Xbox One. I'm hoping that Xbox fixed their stuff because it's frustrating to go to the dashboard when it was just so easy. They literally in the 360 had that thing down to a science.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think they're gonna have to do something when the Xbox One's released without the Kinect. You're gonna have all these people who aren't gonna know how to do anything without that Kinect because I sure don't know how. I use my Kinect for everything on that thing just because it's so hard to do.
You can't count on the Kinect for anything Xbox turn on. Nothing. It's not working. It doesn't work. Like my kids,
It does work.
I just picked up a game for my kids on the Xbox One, and probably may do a Let's Play of it or something. It looks really cool. But they were playing it on the TV behind me, and they were like, "Daddy, can you cut it off?" And I sat here for I don't know a good minute trying to figure out how to cut off the Xbox without talking to it. Because they had the controllers.
So I was just looking at this list of just games, and I happened to click on the Evil Within trailer.
It's scary.
Stay away from that.
Anybody
It's scary.
suffers from nightmares, you will be destroyed if you put this game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think we covered that last show, didn't we?
We
Where me
covered
and
that
Bonfire
last show.
watched that
Oh my
video.
gosh.
What world did I
And-
see?
Like me and Bonfire jumped in unison.
All right. Yeah, definitely am not buying that game.
I may have to get it just to see if I can
Honestly,
straight face it.
Honestly, I would wait till like midnight and turn on the stream and then put like warning signs. Listen, if you suffer from nightmares, I'm gonna turn off my lights and everything's gonna be dark in here. And I'm gonna play
That's right.
the worst game you could think of. It's called The Evil Within.
It looks really scary.
The name is still kind of scary, so
You
at
know
least
what?
they give you
If-
some sort of heads up.
If you do that, I think I would start a Twitter campaign to tweet at your wife to have her come in behind you and like grab you on the shoulder or something in the middle of the game,
Right? It's like, oh my god.
just to see if you actually did pee in your pants or not. Just that it could happen. It could straight up happen.
Oh my god.
So thank you for coming on the show. Episode 46 of 3 Bar Exploits with our very special guest, Free Toast. Will you want to run through your contact information again one more time?
With my Twitter handle and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys can reach me at FreakyToast_SB. And what else? My YouTube?
Owner, yeah, go ahead. Sure.
You can catch me at youtube.com/users/FreakyToastSB. I am the owner of Strictly Business Gaming, and that's it.
Okay. Owner Strictly Business Gaming, who does sponsor this show, and we thank you for it. Got a new layout coming soon. Got with Cuba about that, so maybe we'll get a different layout in here. Look a little bit different, and have some room for my big old head in this box.
Yeah, Cuba. I don't know if he's ever told you, but Cuba is the brains of SB. He literally.
he was all worried about his accent when he came on. He's like, I got a really thick accent. I'm like, man, I live in Florida. I didn't even notice it.
That's because I destroyed everything, that all the confidence that he's had about himself, because I corrected him throughout all these years of just. I mean, he's gotten good. I mean, if you talk to him, he's fluent, but he just certain things. But yeah, he's fine. He's good. You can understand him. I mean, if he's making up English words, then yeah, you're not gonna understand him. But I mean, he's literally fluent in English.
Also, check out cinchgaming.com for your controller needs. Awesome buttons on the back, the way they should be on a controller. Buttons, not paddles or tabs. I saw a different, like a shark controller, and that looks like a lever system. That looked really weird. But definitely cinchgaming.com, and get 5% additionally off of your order by using the promo code 3BAR when you go to checkout. Episode 46. Thanks for being here. Have a great day.